Hey, what's up everyone? Shane here with RVs of America. Today I'm doing a campfire rant and I want to talk about my towing and camping experience with the crew at MDC. So you're going to want to stay tuned for this. Check it out. If you enjoyed these campfire rants, don't forget, go to the playlist and check out other ones. We probably have at least 50 to 100 of these. Tons and tons of information. These are very informative videos. At least I try to make them informative, or I just rant about things that bother me. Today I want to talk about my experience with the MDC crew, and I want to talk about how their trailers tow. And a lot of people want to know this type of stuff is because people are always wondering, how do trailers tow? And also, we just recently got back from a trip with them. They came up with 3 trailers from California. That's where their production facility is. And they came up and met with us in St. George, just outside of a little place called Sand Hollow. We started from the ROA Experience Center, just south of Salt Lake, and we brought down 2 trailers. Now, we've towed a lot of trailers over the years, and so generally we know what to look for and we know how to tow them. I was towing down with my Power Wagon, which is a 2500 Ram. It is not rated for a ton of weight and it has a squishier suspension, but I was towing a trailer that's close to 6,800 pounds, and I was fully loaded. We had packed that trailer up to the max. The other trailer that we were towing down from ROA was the XL15 4E. And we were towing that with a little modified F-150. It has a little bit of a lift, about a 3.5 inch lift with some 35-inch tires. And they were towing that down. That is a hybrid with 2 wheels on the ground, independent suspension. The 17 family that I was towing has 4 wheels on the ground. So generally a lot of people will say, oh, 4 wheels tow better than 2 wheels. Not necessarily. It just depends on how well the trailer is balanced. A 2-wheel trailer can tow phenomenally down the highway. Maybe when you're off-roading, the stability of 4 wheels might be better than 2 wheels, but as far as towing down the highway, it really has more to do with the balance of the trailer and also the tow vehicle. But these trailers, we were towing down the interstate, and in Utah interstate speed limit is 80 miles per hour. And we pretty much were on cruise control the entire time going 80 miles per hour. And it was a very windy day. And we didn't experience any uncomfortable sway. I was driving past semi-trucks and gusts of wind. I was super happy with how well it towed. Of course, I'm towing with the 2500. I kept on radioing back to the guys with the 15, which is the single 2 wheels independent suspension system.
Super solid. Like, I'm actually very shocked at how stable it feels. Because like, I let off the wheel, I was going 75, almost 80 back there.
And he was like, I'm blown away with how well this thing tows. So we towed it 80 miles per hour. This whole entire trip, when we met up with the crew, the MDC crew in Sand Hollow, from that point onward, we drove about 1,200 miles all over Utah. We were on-road, off-road, highways. Now, when we pulled up, they brought 3 trailers. One of them was a tandem axle, so that's 4 wheels. It was the 17 family, just like mine. He was pulling it with an F-150, so I'm like, that's fine. And then the other 2, one was a Fort 9, super small trailer, 2 wheels on the ground, independent suspension. I don't like to call them single axles because they don't have axles, so it's just 2 wheels on the ground. This trailer's only 3,000 pounds, but it was fully loaded with food and gear, so he's probably 4,000 pounds. He had a Nissan Frontier. And then the other guy had a 5,000 pound trailer with a Nissan Frontier, also with 2 wheels on the ground. And that was the east-west floor plan, the 16 east-west. So immediately I'm like, ooh, boy, I hope those Nissan trucks can, keep up. I hope everything will be fine. We towed 1,200 miles with them. We were going up mountain passes. We drove through snow. We were on-road, off-road, and I was pushing them. I was like, hey, you guys, speed limit 70, let's go, right? At one point we got on the interstate on I-70, Interstate 70, and the speed limit's 80 there. And I was like, hey, you guys, let's see how well those trailers can handle 80 miles per hour, because this is US, right? And this is our speed limits. Generally, I like to tell anybody that's buying a trailer from us, listen, a safe speed limit is 55 to 65. You don't need to go over 65. 70, I would say max it out. But we're testing it. I'm with the manufacturers, and I really want to say, hey, let's push it, because obviously if it can do 80, 70 is comfortable, right? And so we sped up. We were going 80 miles per hour in their Nissan trucks, which I was like, wow, So all this tells me is these trailers are very well balanced. You could not tow a trailer 70 to 80 miles per hour unless it was balanced very, very well. I mean, if you have a dually truck, you can tow anything regardless of the balance, because that thing just yanks it out of any type of potential sway. But these trailers are balanced extremely well. I'm really happy with how well they were balanced during the entire trip, towing it over mountain passes, down mountain passes. And obviously I was expecting them to tow with a 2500 and an F-150. What I was more concerned about was Nissan trucks, and those Nissan trucks did amazing, like champs. They were like keeping up the whole time. They were towing. We got into some windy areas, you know, semi trucks, and nobody complained. Now these guys, the Australians, they are pretty well experienced towers, right? They've towed a lot over the years. These were not like inexperienced, never towed in their life people. So that also adds to their ability or their capability in towing without having any issues. But I was super impressed. The MDC trailers tow phenomenally. I just wanted to tune in today and talk about how well they towed, because now I've seen pretty much the entire lineup. We've had the Island out, we've had the East-West, we've had the 17 family, we've had the Fort 9. Most of the models that they have here in the US, I've had out now on the road, and I've seen them towed from everything from a mid-sized truck all the way up to a full-size Super Duty 2500. Power Wagon technically is a Super Duty, but it's got soft suspension. So anyway, I'm really, really happy. If you have any questions about the MDCs, you want to learn more about these trailers, just go over to our website. We have tons and tons of information now that's just kind of coming out every single week on our website. We also have some videos. We have tours of all of these trailers that I'm talking about. So go to our website, go check them out, reach out to one of our sales coaches, and they can help you and answer any more questions. I was really impressed with the overall quality and the build of these trailers. 1,200 miles on and off-road, doing some pretty extreme off-roading from time to time during this trip, and we did not have a single thing fail or break on the entire trip. And that's 5 trailers and a caravan, which you might say, yeah, sure, why not? But that's pretty actually astonishing, because generally I always say, hey, if you go out on a trip, I'm talking one person on a trip with your trailer, and you have one thing break, consider yourself lucky. It's only one thing, right? The trailer's an earthquake on wheels, right? It's like a house going through an earthquake. Everything's rattling constantly. And if you only have one thing break, consider yourself lucky. We went out there with 5 trailers, had 0 issues the entire time. I was really, really happy about that. Just brings me a lot of peace, because at ROA, when we start backing up a product, to us, the most important thing is quality and the end user, the people that buy these trailers. We want them to have incredible experiences. And if you have a trailer that's always breaking and always having issues, your experience is just frustrating and it's not fun. And it's not fun for us just as much as it's not fun for you. And we like to remind that to people when they have problems. I say, hey, listen, we don't want you to have problems either. We want you just out having fun, because when you're out having fun, you're telling everybody about how much fun you're having, and you're telling everybody to come and buy a trailer from us. The best thing is for everybody to be having fun. We had so much fun with MDC, and a lot of that fun was we had 0 towing issues because the trailers towed great. We got to camp, and every time we pulled into camp and set up camp, everything on the trailer worked fine. I got in there, turned on the lights, turned on the water, took a hot shower, used the bathroom, cooked my food. Everything was working phenomenally, and when everything works, that's when you have a great time. We were pretty on the go constantly, off-roading and doing some crazy stuff, because we were trying to get some filming done and get some footage out there. So it wasn't like just a leisure trip, but when we were done, at the end of the day, we were 10, 12 hours filming. At the end of the day, you don't want to like go and find out, oh shoot, my water pump is broken, or man, my fridge stopped working, or my hot water heater's not working. Like, those are the worst things to experience after a 12+ hour day of filming off-road. You just want to sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. And we did. At the end of every day, it was just turn the heater on inside. It was freezing, get it nice and toasty, and enjoy yourself. So there you have it. That was my first really true experience with MDC, and it was a long experience, almost a week and 1,200 miles on the road. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Love to answer your questions, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.